Welcome back to my channel, Clips, where we tackle the truth head-on, even when it's uncomfortable. We dive into the tough topics because that's how we unite and move forward as a country. Today, we have another clip featuring a prominent voice in the conversation, Trish Regan, from her show, The Trish Regan Show. She isn't afraid to address the hard issues either. If you haven't checked out her channel yet, I highly recommend. In case you missed it, the link will be in the description. Now, let's dive in and watch.
I want to go back in time for a little moment. Let's go back to 2015 and that show that we all love to hate, The View. Do you remember when Kelly Osbourne, and so do you remember when Kelly Osbourne was actually kicked off The View? And she came out recently and said this is one of her biggest regrets because she talked about something that, well, Jasmine Crockett is talking about like on steroids, but she got in huge trouble back in 2015. Watch.
If you kick every Latino out of this country, then who is going to be cleaning your toilet, Donald Trump?
Oh, that's no.
In the sense that,
No.
you know what I mean?
You couldn't say that. But for some reason, Jasmine Crockett, the representative from the great state of Texas, don't ask me how she got elected there. We know, gerrymandering. Anyway, Jasmine Crockett is out saying this.
So I had to go around the country and educate people about what immigrants do for this country, or the fact that we are a country of immigrants.
Right.
The fact is, ain't none of y'all trying to go and farm right now. Okay, so I'm lying. Raise your hands. You're not. We done picking cotton. We are. You can't pay us enough to find a plantation.
I know that's right.
For Latina immigrants, this rhetoric is a dismissive stereotype that strips away their humanity and reduces them to a role defined by exploitation. A significant departure from the inclusive, anti-racist platform that Democrats like Crockett claim to uphold. Crockett's remarks imply that illegal immigrants, many of whom are Latina, have value primarily as low-wage laborers in farming, jobs she suggests that Black Americans and others are unwilling to undertake. Her reference to "we done picking cotton and plantations" evokes the painful history of slavery, drawing a direct parallel between historical forced labor and today's reliance on immigrant labor. This framing reduces immigrants to a mere economic utility, neglecting their broader societal contributions, such as cultural enrichment, entrepreneurship, and innovation. Both women, representing a democratic or progressive platform, reduced Latina immigrants to an underclass of labor, suggesting their primary worth lies in doing jobs that others won't do. My main point I'm trying to explain is, this is just another example of Democrats being hypocritical. Kelly Osbourne gets kicked off The View, and Jasmine Crockett gets claps and cheers, but we know why. But I got more clips of Crockett discussing issues she has no clue about, typical DEI hire, in positions where they have no clue. Representative Jasmine Crockett's speech at Grace Baptist Church in Connecticut on April 7, 2025, boldly illuminated a profound contradiction in her stance as a Democrat, one who frequently advocates against racism. While Osbourne faced immediate repercussions, losing her platform and enduring public backlash, Crockett's statements have, as of April 2025, not attracted the same level of scrutiny. She has positioned herself as a defender of equality. Yet her rhetoric perpetuates a form of bigotry, implying that immigrants, particularly Latina individuals, are fit only for arduous work that others refuse to undertake. This mirrors the sentiment expressed by Osbourne, which was rightfully condemned as racist and classist. If Osbourne's comments were deemed unacceptable in 2015, Crockett's should carry the same weight in 2025. The lack of immediate backlash highlights a troubling double standard, where Democrats often evade consequences for rhetoric that would end the careers of others. Moreover, Crockett's comments dismiss the agency and aspirations of immigrants. By framing them as a necessary underclass destined to pick cotton or farm, she ignores their potential and contributions to society. It's crucial that such rhetoric be called out, and that we hold all public figures accountable, regardless of their political affiliation. Look, I'm sorry for subjecting you to another moment of Jasmine Crockett's loud and annoying voice, but it's worth it for the context. It's another clear case of Democrats leaning into fear tactics with everyday Americans. One misleading claim after another. She's out here defending illegal immigration, which often impacts low-income areas, many of them predominantly Black communities already dealing with enough struggles. These neighborhoods deserve support, yet they're left competing with immigrants getting government aid that should be prioritizing American citizens in need. Democrats have long promised to uplift lower-income folks and fix these communities, but it feels like empty talk to secure votes. Nothing really changes. A lot of black men are starting to see through it, which is why we've seen a shift toward Republican support among African Americans. That's where Crockett comes in. She's positioned as a mouthpiece for the Democratic agenda, delivering whatever message they hand her. It's hard not to wonder if party leaders are playing a cynical game. When they're in a bind, they often send out figures like Crockett or AOC to push their narrative. The message? White bad, Trump bad, America bad. No real solutions, no concrete policies, just talking points. And it's typically a woman of color with far-left views, mic in hand, trying to sound authoritative in a way that feels more performative than genuine. They're aiming for younger voters, but it often comes off as inauthentic. Crockett presents herself as relatable, but she's clearly aligned with the party's power structure. Her loyalty seems more about protecting her position than serving Americans broadly. You can't help but question the motives of someone who prioritizes party over people. Just to be clear, these are my opinions, shared for discussion's sake. Let's wrap up this video with clips of Crockett talking about something she clearly doesn't know much about. It feels like she's just trying to tug at Americans' heartstrings while looking down on the Latina community and the undocumented immigrants she pretends to care about. She wants you to believe that Trump doesn't give a damn about illegal immigrants, but the clip I'll show you proves he gets that American farmers rely on many undocumented workers. Trump's trying to sort out all those highly recommended illegal farm workers so they can be deported, but then brought back the right way to keep farming and contributing to America. A dictator would never let that happen.
One thing that I can tell you is that if you sit down and you say, are you okay with your grocery prices? Are you okay with the fact that housing prices are going up? And you start to connect how important it is for us to have immigrants that are contributing to our country in this way, then people may start to shift. I just had a group in my office not even an hour ago explaining that we need to do more on immigration because they don't have the workers that they need, and they are in the construction realm. So I am telling you that this is a failed thing, but we've got to do better to connect the dots and let people know the reason you can't afford a home is because of these failed immigration policies. The reason you're not going to be able to afford your food is because of these failed immigration policies. And the same can go for the hospitality industries, where we have so many of those in the hospitality industry that are saying they do not have the workers that they need right now.
In his cabinet briefing, Trump floated a plan for some undocumented farm and hotel workers. Let's watch.
And we're going to work with people so that if they go out in a nice way and go back to their country, we're going to work with them right from the beginning on trying to get them back in legally. Is that right? So it gives you a real incentive. Otherwise, they never come back. They'll never be allowed once a certain period of time goes by, which is probably going to be 60 days. We're also going to work with farmers that if they have strong recommendations for their farms for certain people, we're going to let them stay in for a while and work with the farmers and then come back and go through a process, a legal process. But we have to take care of our farmers and hotels and various places where where they need the people. And we're going to be working with you very carefully on that. So a farmer will come in with a letter concerning certain people saying they're great, they're working hard. We're going to slow it down a little bit for them. And then we're going to ultimately bring them back. They'll go out, they're going to come back as legal workers.
If you found any of this video useful, please like and subscribe to help spread the word. Leave a comment and keep an open mind. Check out my other videos in case you missed it.